We're having fun still.
We need man a little chance.
You have pork, you can pass and get a little taste. Oh gosh, she's a boss. You hear the kind of prices. Let's take one more. Let me go and drink a beer and eat some giraffe pork.
The whole selfie craze that's taking place. You know, people taking selfies
I don't mind, personally. I mean, I do it.
Okay, yeah, because I have a selfie disorder. I'm borderline.
When Richard talks, GiGi listens.
People are looking to technology to take them out of, hopefully technology to take us out of this rut that we are in. But we have a technological problem that no human being on the earth can solve right now. And that technological problem is what happened in Japan, where you had 3 suns explode. That's what happened there. 3 suns exploded. Okay? And every day, it is an estimated 300 tons of water goes in sweet and comes out bitter. Okay? And I always remember the negative confessions because I live by it, which is, part of from where they say the Ten Commandments came from. And one of the Egyptian negative confessions is that I have not polluted the water. So every day, you have 300 tons of highly radioactive water coming out and pouring into the Pacific Ocean. And no human being could solve that. Okay, you can't even send robotic machines in because the gamma rays that are being produced will go through any shielding and destroy the lodge. You can't send people in. It's just there and it's going to be polluting the water every day, 300 gallons. 300 tons, in fact, going in, coming out. And that's just I suspect that's a very conservative estimate because the Japanese government has put a whole veil of secrecy on what exactly is going on there. So we between a rock and a hard place. And as I said, I'm in the patio lounge. I worry for my children though. What kind of world they will face and how they will deal with it. That is my only worry. I don't worry for myself. I don't worry for myself. But for my children, that is my primary worry per se. And that's basically it. I live in a funny place, in the sense that I figured out by now that life ain't worth living without love, and I ain't got no love. I'm serious. Life ain't worth living without love. Seriously. It's the only thing that matters is having someone that loves you and that you love them back and having a family and building that relationship. That's the only really important thing in the world. Everything else is pure utter garbage. That whole idea and myth of human progress, it's just that, a myth. There's no such thing as human progress. The history is coming back and telling us that and it seems to be that the knowledge that man had before the flood is much greater than anything we think we know now of how this universe actually works. We're beginning to get some ideas. People are getting into things like quantum theory and quantum entanglement that says that if you change a particle here and it's quantum, there's entanglement, it will change over there, and there are ways of transmitting energy and all the rest of that stuff. And you get into, I gotten into things like the esoteric knowledge, like the flower of life and the tree of life, and the fingerprint of God. What's the fingerprint of God? No? Fingerprint of God it's based on the Fibonacci sequence, a series of mathematical numbers. But you see it expressed everywhere. You see it expressed in a hurricane. See that swirl? You see that same swirl in universes, in a universe, in a spiral universe. And actually, in the human being, black people are the only people that have that in our hair, that spiral in the hair. Okay? And that's, you get into all these sort of esoteric things and it's all fine, but at the end of the day, the world is a marvelous place. It's a beautiful place. The mathematics fails at the 11. Imagine that the mathematics fails at the 11th dimension. We're living in this, 3-dimensional world, but you think the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10, 11 dimensions, and what can exist in those dimensions, and there are all sorts of new possibilities and thoughts coming about in terms of what influence extraterrestrials may have had upon human society, and you kind of see it in some of the old scriptures. You know, in the Hindu scriptures, you see things there that look like nuclear war and the type of weapons they use. You see it in the Bible in terms of genetic modification that we are so all hung up about being spoken about. You see it in mythology where you have centaurs, half man, half ox, or Pegasus, or winged horse, that type of genetic modification. There's nothing new under the sun. That you know, modern man thinks that he's bright, but he's not bright at all. Very silly person. So, you know, we live in an interesting world. How long it will last, I don't know. You know? So it's been fun. KVTV. There's your mad nut.
I'm so depressed right now.
What do you mean you're depressed? There's nothing to be depressed about. Who loves you and who do you love? Go home and kiss them.
God.
You love God and God alone? Well, that's a good start. That's another subject. If I got into God now, you will get even worse. If I really got into God.
Okay, so before I kill myself, this was, wow. I don't even know what to say. Richard, close off the program.
Well, it's been fun. At least that KVTV wanted to interview me because I'm not famous for anything. I haven't accomplished anything. I'm not a politician. I'm not singing on the soca stage. I'm not whining because it's looking dangerous. Just an ordinary human being about what I thought about life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. So it was fun. I hope I haven't broken anybody's illusions. So, you know, go ahead, be happy. Don't worry, be happy.
Thank you. This was Richard GiGi Blast.
In the red light district.
In the red light district.